Hi betting experts, on Saturday March the 25th, a traditional ITV 7 on Saturday, the best of the jumping action from Kelso in Scotland and Newbury in Berkshire. The ground on the softer side of good at Kelso and soft at Newbury at the time of recording. There is a bit of weather in the forecast. We start off with our betting expert Daily Nap in the 3 o'clock at Kelso. This is the Herring Queen series finale for mares, a handicap hurdle over 2 miles, and I think Autumn Return is the one to side with here. Now Ruth Jefferson's had a pretty disappointing season overall in truth, but they're in good form at the moment, and this mare made a cracking start in handicaps for finishing second at Newcastle in January, bumping into a gambled on Irish Raider from the very shrewd Stuart Crawford yard. She remains with plenty of upside after just 5 career starts so far over hurdles, and the booking of the red hot £5 claimer Patrick Wadge certainly increases confidence of a bold showing. She does have to give weight away all round, but I think she can improve past these northern rivals. Our betting expert value angle selection runs at Newbury in the 240. This is a grade 2 mares novice hurdle, and I think Let's Go to Vegas represents decent value here. Now regular listeners will know I really like the Alistair Ralph yard. He used to be an assistant to Dr. Richard Newland. He's got a small team of horses, but he places them really carefully, and his progressive mare I thought showed a really tenacious attitude under pressure when making a winning start narrowly into handicaps at Ludlow earlier in the month. Now she has got a new mark, but I think the galloping track on softer ground will definitely suit her. She's very much a staying sort, and I think she'll get a positive ride here from the excellent Jonathan Burke to put her stamina to good use. The remaining 5 races on ITV, will do them in time order. Starting off at Kelso in the 150, a handicap hurdle over 2 mile 5. Well, Prairie Wolf's been a rare bright spot for the Sue Smith yard this winter. They've been very quiet in general, but he's run himself fit and improved for positive tactics going into handicaps. He's a thorough stayer. This 2 mile 5 and the long Kelso running will definitely suit him. I think he'll be ridden forwards and fend them all off for pressure. He's a real finder, a likeable sort. Over to Newbury for the 205. A handicap chase over 2 mile 4. Well, Heltenham's been quietly progressive for Dan Skelton. The yard in blistering form. Of course, they had a double at the Cheltenham Festival. They had a couple of winners this week on Wednesday, and this improving chaser is up in class here, getting weight all round. He's won a couple of small races at Newcastle and Foss Lass. He doesn't do anything flash, but he finds plenty for pressure. He's only been winning by narrow margins, which has helped with his handicap mark. He's only inched up the weights gradually rather than getting walloped, and I think there's plenty more to come from him as his jumping gains fluency. Over to Kelso for the 225, a handicap hurdle. Thorough test of stamina this one, and theme tune looks the ideal sort. Nick Alexander, well, he got this one from John Joe O'Neill, and it had become really disappointing for John Joe. Tumbled down the handicap, but he's immediately been revived by this Scottish yard, winning twice, and I think he can complete a hat-trick here. The good to soft ground will suit ideally. He has been hit by the handicapper, but I think there's more to come, and he's likely to travel all over these. Hopefully he'll see out the 3 mile 2 furlong trip. Back to Newbury for the 315, a novice hurdle. Pretty weak race for the track this, but I like Love Is Golden. He pulled really hard when making a winning hurdling debut over this course and distance, was then well backed at Donny under a penalty, pulled too hard there, didn't quite get home in a bunched finish, a very muddling race. That he's got Niall Houlihan up here taking off a few pounds, which will offset that penalty. Back at Newbury, flat track on soft ground. Hopefully he'll settle better as he gets a bit more experienced. And finally over to Kelso for the 335, a handicap chase over 3 mile 2. Well, Forward Plan has been thriving in recent months. He's got a lot more improvement to come. He has won twice on good ground at Southwell. Hopefully it won't be too bad at Kelso. It rarely gets too deep. The claimer Ben Godfrey is really good value for his £3, and I think he can win again. Best of luck with all 7 races on Saturday, betting experts.